Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City, into a wealthy family. His father, Fred Trump, who came from Germany, started a building company called Elizabeth Trump and Son in the 1920s. Fred worked very hard. When he was young, he sold wooden carvings, and later, during the Great Depression of the 1930s, he learned how to build homes for middle-class people. In his book The Art of the Deal, Donald said, "My father used to take me to construction sites. By the age of 10, I had learned how to operate concrete mixers." Even as a child, Donald showed some rebellious behavior. In 1959, when he was 13, he was sent to the New York Military Academy because he once threw a baseball at a teacher during a fight. A classmate later said, Trump always tried to keep his hair long, defying the rules. He used to tell us, "I'm going to be rich, and you will all work for me." In 1964, he began studying at Fordham University. However, he soon felt that the school was not a good match for him. 2 years later, he transferred to the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania and graduated in 1968 with a degree in economics. At that time, his father's business was focused on building houses in middle-class neighborhoods in New York, while Donald dreamed of erecting tall, shining buildings in Manhattan. In 1971, when Donald took over his father's company, he quickly set his sights on New York's wealthiest areas. His first big break came in 1975, when he bought the troubled Commodore Hotel for $10 million. This deal was very challenging because banks did not want to lend him money. In a BBC interview, he recalled spending 3 hours convincing the president of Pennsylvania Bank about his ideas until the bank finally agreed. After transforming the hotel into the Grand Hyatt, he turned it into a magnificent building right across from Hyde Park. In 1983, he built Trump Tower, a 58-story skyscraper, investing $200 million in the project. This building cemented his place among New York's elite. However, during the construction of Trump Tower, he faced legal challenges. A lawsuit claimed that he had paid Polish workers very low wages. One worker said, "Trump told us, 'You are going to make history,' but we went weeks without pay." The 1990s brought many challenges. His ambitious plan to build several casinos almost collapsed when his Taj Mahal casino accrued $3 billion in debt. The New Jersey Gaming Commission declared him financially unfit. In his book Trump, The Art of the Comeback, he stated, "I told the banks, 'You can knock me down, but I'll knock you down too.'" Ultimately, the banks forgave his loans, though he had to give up half of his company. During this period, his personal life was also under scrutiny. His divorce from his first wife, Ivana, coincided with his relationship with Marla Maples. In 1990, the New York Post even headlined a story, "Best Extramarital Affair." Trump later commented in an interview, "I thought it would be positive publicity. People would see me as a winner." In 2004, he launched the reality show The Apprentice. The show's producer, Mark Burnett, recalled in his book Taking the Heat that Trump was paid $50,000 per episode, yet he rarely arrived on schedule. On one occasion, he was 3 hours late because he was playing golf. Behind the scenes, more problems emerged. In 2017, a former candidate named Summers Rohr accused Trump of sexual harassment, claiming that during the show he had said, "You should be proud of your body, just as I am proud of my bank account." On June 16, 2015, as he left Trump Tower, he famously declared, "I am going to be president." Many people laughed at him initially, but his slogan "Make America Great Again, MAGA" resonated with many rural white Americans. In July 2016, a video surfaced in which he said, "When you are famous, women let you do anything, you can grab their breasts." He later dismissed the comment as merely locker room talk and did not apologize. On November 8, 2016, Trump defeated Hillary Clinton in the election to become the 45th President of the United States. His presidency was highly controversial, notably marked by the investigation into Russian interference in the election. He once referred to this investigation as the White House's prey. In his January 2017 inauguration speech, he used the phrase "American carnage," which attracted significant criticism. A former State Department official, Brett Mucker, later remarked in his book The Shift that Trump's speeches were always at an 8th grade level. He couldn't grasp complex sentences. In 2018, Trump met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Singapore, marking the first meeting between a US president and a North Korean leader. Although the meeting was historic, Trump later quipped, "We didn't get much. He called me Rocket Man, and I replied, Fat Man." Trump's handling of the COVID-19 crisis became one of the most criticized aspects of his presidency. In April 2020, when 50,000 Americans had died, he suggested at a press conference, "Can we inject disinfectant? It seems to work." Medical experts warned that this idea was dangerous, and Twitter removed his tweet as unsafe. After losing the election in November 2020, Trump began claiming that there was election fraud. His lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, stated at press conferences that the voting machines had malfunctioned. On Fox News, an individual named Giuliani remarked, "We have evidence, but we cannot show it to you yet." On January 6, 2021, during the attack on Capitol Hill, Trump tweeted, "Peace. Remember, we love you," even though just moments earlier he had said in a speech, "If you don't fight, you won't win." A viral video later showed protesters stepping on a police officer at the Capitol's doors. In 2022, New York Attorney General Letitia James filed a lawsuit against the Trump Organization, alleging that Trump had inflated the value of his properties. For instance, he claimed that his Mar-a-Lago estate was worth between $420 million and $1,500 million, while its actual value was only around $300 million. James stated, "This isn't merely fraud, it is an artistic deception." In August 2023, a federal judge ruled that Trump had aided an insurrection during his presidency, a decision that might prevent him from running for president in 2024. Trump responded on Twitter, "This is a political witch hunt. I will continue fighting." His daughter, Ivanka, who had been one of his advisors, remarked in 2020, "My father should accept the election results." This comment upset him, and in a leaked email he wrote, "Ivanka stabbed me in the back." At the same time, his son Donald Jr. praised him in his book Liberal Privilege, writing, "My father taught me never to give up, even when the whole system is against you." One of the most significant impacts of Trump's presidency was the growing mistrust of the media. By 2021, only 36% of Americans said they trusted the media, the lowest level since 1976. He frequently used the term fake news, and his rhetoric helped spread conspiracy theories such as QAnon. His supporters claimed that he was fighting against a powerful deep state. One person on Reddit commented, "He was the only president who truly represented our voice, everyone else was just puppets." Trump was not only a politician, He was also involved in major real estate projects in New York's affluent areas. He even founded Trump University, an institution aimed at commercial education, which later faced serious fraud allegations and had to settle for substantial sums. He was impeached twice, first in 1999 over charges related to Ukraine, and then in 2021 after the Capitol attack, on charges of aiding insurrection. In both cases, the Senate did not remove him from office. His policies on economic and foreign affairs, such as significant tax cuts, deregulation, trade wars with China and Russia, and withdrawing from the Paris Agreement, had a profound global impact. He also revolutionized presidential communication by using social media to speak directly to the public. After being banned from platforms like Twitter, he launched his own platform called Truth Social. Since 2020, numerous legal challenges and investigations have been initiated against him, covering issues such as tax evasion, regulatory violations, and election fraud. Constitutional experts have argued that the president's power to pardon only applies to federal crimes, leaving state charges as a significant challenge for him. On January 20, 2025, Donald Trump was inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States, a historic return to the White House. He became only the second president in U.S. history to serve non-consecutive terms, following Grover Cleveland, who set this precedent in 1893. Trump won the presidency by capturing every swing state, including Nevada, a state that Republicans had not won since 2004, and he received 312 electoral votes compared to Kamala Harris' 226. He also won the national popular vote with 49.8%, making him the first Republican to achieve that feat since 2004. His victory was bolstered by increased support from working-class people, especially young men, individuals without college degrees, and Hispanic voters. Due to bad weather, the inauguration ceremony was held indoors at the U.S. Capitol Rotunda, similar to Ronald Reagan's indoor inauguration in 1985. This event also introduced J.D. Vance as the vice president. He is the first millennial and the first former Marine Corps member to serve in that role.